Hey everyone, Parfait here. Is your money tree sad and droopy like mine? Is your bush just a few leaves short of being full? I know mine is, and today I want to help you bring in wealth and prosperity. I'm going to show you how to use everyday common household items that you have laying around, things that you have in the kitchen even, to make some magical tinctures and potions that can help attract wealth and prosperity your way. Stay tuned if you want to learn some more.
And now it's time for What's the Tea with Parfait?
You know, just like anything in life, you want to start with a good base. And I find Everclear is a great base for my tincture. Now you can use any alcohol of your choice in your tincture or potion, but I like Everclear. And again, we are not drinking this. This is not to be consumed in any kind of way. This is to be worn on the outside of your skin as a tincture or something you might want to add to the environment in which you're in, either on fabric or other things. So again, I like to use Everclear. Again, it's clear, and over time I find the alcohol, the smell of it tends to fade, especially when you add all of your ingredients to it. Now another choice, if you don't want to use Everclear, is clear white vinegar. It sometimes has a little vinegary smell to it, but if you don't want to use alcohol, it's a great alternative. Now let's go ahead and add. I usually add about that much to my giant mason jar. Add as much as you feel like you would like to make. If you want more of a tincture, add more. If you want less, add less. I'm going to go ahead and add some sage to my tincture. I'm adding green herbs to help attract wealth and money. Green, of course, represents money, so I want to make sure I add it. Next, I'm going to add comfrey leaves. After that, I'm going to add whole cloves. These have a great smell to them. These are my favorite herbs, and all of these are great magnets for money. That's why I'm adding them. If you're looking for some suggestions, you can add these too to yours. The next one I'm going to add is whole bay leaves. The next thing I want to add is dill. Oh, that ain't gonna work. Love the smell of dill. Next, I'm going to add some marjoram. I have some more oregano to add. And look, these are everyday things. Most people have oregano in their cabinets. These are all ingredients that are commonly found. Next, I'm going to add parsley flakes. Again, keeping with my theme of green for money. The next thing I'm going to add is hyacinth. Hyacinth is a beautiful flower. It's also a great money magnet. Next, I'm going to add cedar. And you can see here on the back, we've actually written what it's for. Here, it says for psychic abilities, protection, and of course, money. The next thing I'm going to add is cha-ching rice. Cha-ching rice is actually one of Meg's concoctions, and this is a really powerful concoction to help draw in money. If you want to learn more about how to make cha-ching rice, please leave a comment below and we'll do a special episode on it. I'm going to go ahead and add some of this into my recipe. Oh my gosh. Meg! So hard to get into that money jar. The final thing I'm going to add is sunflower. Sunflower is a really great way to add an extra oomph. It adds energy, protection, and power, also wisdom, to our money tincture. Because we want to bring in wealth and prosperity, having a little wisdom goes a long way. Now we're going to go ahead and add some of those non-herbal things. Those things that you might want to add include crystals, shells, and money. Here, I'm going to add some crystals and a special shell Meg gave me from Africa that actually will help bring me wealth and prosperity. I'm also going to add some coins that I'm going to leave in there for the 3 days that we're going to have this tincture sit before we pull it out and strain it. Now that we've added all of our items to our tincture, now we're ready to go ahead and seal it up and leave it for 3 days. On the 3rd day, you want to go ahead and strain out all that extra stuff you put in. You can rinse off any of the extra items that you added to your tincture, and your tincture is ready to go. Add it to a spray bottle or just a regular dabber, and that way you have it at your disposal to add wealth and prosperity to your everyday life. See you in 3 days. It's been 3 days and we're ready to turn our tincture into our prosperity perfume. Here you can see our tincture has turned this really cool green color. I would say it's magic, but I'd be lying. It actually is from the cha-ching rice that Meg had made. She had put food coloring in the rice, and it's actually come out. This, along with the Everclear, the herbs, the rocks, and the minerals, and all the other cool stuff we put in here, is all going to come together to make our prosperity perfume. What I'm going to do is pour it through a sieve, because there's a lot of stuff in there I'm not going to want to have in my actual perfume. Here you can see we have our prosperity perfume, and I just love the fact it's actually green for all the money we're going to attract. Now, I personally like to use glass when I'm doing my magical practices because I like using natural things. I personally won't use plastic, but that's a choice of yours. Now here you can see I have my 3 jars of perfume. I can top it off with a little bit more Everclear if I want to. And here you have the perfect concoction to bring you wealth and prosperity. You can really make your tincture unique and part of you by adding blood, hair, or nails to yours. Now you can also go ahead and put labels on these, and these do make really great gifts. So if you want to seal them up and put labels on them, you can go ahead and do that and give them away to all those people who you want to have prosperity. Here you see I have my prosperity perfume. I did dollar signs on the lids to attract all that money. You want to make sure that you're attracting all the wealth you can. And make sure you draw your dollar signs on the lids to bring in all that money that you want in your life. Now after I've made these, I'm going to put these on the altar and let them sit for a few days. That way I can impart even more hopeful, good energy and spells and magic into my prosperity. You know, another thing you could do is put a crystal on top of each one. That way you can impart even more energy into your prosperity spells and into your prosperity perfume. And that's the tea on how to make your prosperity tinctures and perfumes. These smell absolutely delightful. You can dab them on your skin, you can put them on clothing or on other surfaces, anything or anywhere you would like to have a little prosperity. Again, thank you for joining me. Take care, and may prosperity follow you everywhere.